Dark CROM inking, scratchboarding. Waiting for YouTube to go live. Looks like it's doing something. And Instagram. Waiting on YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Says you got a connection. There you go. Oh, I'm a little tired this morning. Makes two of us. All right, here we go. Just so everybody knows, this is original pencils by Jim Gullet. I did a transfer, graphite transfer, rub it on the back, old school technique, right on top. You can check out more of Jim's work on Instagram, Hillbilly in Exile _ and Jim does the darkest CROM. So I've been wanting to work with him for a while, and here we are. So the Scratchboard I'm doing is pretty inexpensive. This is from Scratch Art by Melissa and Doug. This is basically like crafting material, for kids and the such, but pretty durable. It's kind of like a plastic paper with clay black coating to scratch into. And I got started, what was it, Saturday? I think Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Today's Monday. And this is a kit. These are from a kit you can get, as well as the scratch boards. Real cheap stuff. This one's pretty much just for making points, just like a very straight point. And this is more for variation. So I'm going to be kicking into this. I'm going to try to get, about 45 minutes to an hour into it. And then, of course, if you have any questions or comments, please do not be afraid to ask. Wondering how many people are home for the holiday. Is it Veterans Day? So what I'm doing is putting a first layer down, cross hatching, just straight lines. I'm already thinking bringing this in later to bring in even whiter highlights. But you know, my technique is noodling base, hatching base, if you will. So I'm always reverting to this scratching. That's also, I think, one of the reasons I love doing Scratchboard. There's something very meditative about it for me. It's forgiving. So if anybody is like has trepidations about getting involved in doing some Scratchboarding, don't worry about quote unquote messing up. Um, you know, it's just black on white paper, and to be honest with you, it's easier to work with when you know that ahead of time, because if you feel like something's not working, you've over scratched, it's too white, and you want to put something in there, you can just grab black inking brush, you know, with some India ink, um, and paint markers. Black paint markers are usually what I go to, and you know, you just sort of patch and then go from there. But it's a forgiving material. Even the expensive board stuff from Clayboard, it's the same thing. I even find, let's see, the black ink I use, like this Speedball, pretty much the same consistency as the ink already put on these surfaces, whether it's the cheap stuff like this or the expensive stuff that Clayboard puts out. But the challenge is thinking in reverse. So we're so used to drawing black on white. You know, the old painting, you know, canvas being white, kind of terrifying for some people. And you just got to start making some marks. So everything I'm doing right now is just like a basic layer. And there'll be other working. So it's not like a one and done. I think that's another misnomer. Though, you know, the wildlife people I've seen, artist-wise, you know, who use Scratchboard predominantly, you know, they have a technique that's pretty similar to anything else, where, you know, you kind of start in one corner and then just make your way across. But I am not of that school. I'm an all over the place, coming back to areas time and time again to, you know, find what I'm looking for in this darkness. And it, you know, if you're good at drawing, or even better yet, comfortable with drawing, you know, I mean, you allow yourself to, you know, just let go and draw, race, you know, just that whole process. Once again, you'll be fine with Scratchboard. And as I did a few days ago, you know, that's what this is. It's just the printout over the top, and then I just take a red ballpoint pen, and then do a trace transfer for it. And then there's some of the ways, the way I directionally put lines in there and stuff. Maybe I'm using that, but for the most part, I am searching for something different. Yeah, these Kirby crackles are going to be kind of interesting to work out. I'm seeing people coming in. Hello. Good morning. Any questions? Please feel free to make them known. I'm just continuing on what it is I started 2 days ago, Saturday. The dark CROM. It was originally drawn by Jim Gullet. If you're not following Jim Gullet on Instagram, this is how you get to him. Hillbilly in Exile _ and Jim Gullet right there at Instagram. So give a follow, check him out. Like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to make them. In the zone today, just putting in a layer of scratches. Get me started here. These Kirby crackles are probably going to be what give me the most workout today. Been thinking about them since Saturday. I don't want to approach them. At one point I was thinking of just doing them white, but I'm going to try to hold to the black. So there'll be one pass, just with this. Yeah, I got both of them out just to show this little cheap kit you can get on Amazon. This is what I'm using. It's just giving me straight lines. This will give me a kind of a variation, thick, kind of scrape out stuff to get just down to the white. But I'm not there yet. I don't need any of that. I just need to get a base of Jim has a really neat way of seeing shapes, especially in human form, like the human forms and stuff. The moment I saw his work, which, by the way, you can get a hold of on Amazon, just punch in CROM the Barbarian. This is from Lucky Comics. I think they posted this up to 2022. 3 stories. I think it's like 24 pages. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get it for free. It's a print-on-demand thing. And it's great because it has 1 story in 3 parts that Jim put out. And when I saw this, I immediately recognized the darker version of CROM that I'm heading towards. So it became evident that I was going to have to track him down and see if he would work with me. And this is a little testing period. He did the pencils. Next time around, I'm going to print out one where it doesn't have my red on there, so you'll be able to see Jim's pencils. And then I told him I was going to do the scratchboarding, so that's where I'm at. And as I keep saying, I'm really into just getting a first layer down. You know, one of the funniest things about art making, I was even saying this on Saturday when I was doing this, is, you know, when we have ideas, you know, for stories, art, images, there's a tendency to lean into what we're most familiar with to realize them. And that's fine and everything. But sometimes it takes new medium to really, you know, put together what it is that you see in your head. And I think Scratchboard is really going to become a dominant instrument for me in making my darker versions of CROM. And so this is a really good thing for me to do. Now, with that being said, I gotta take this off the wall here. You know, back in, I think this is like 2018, I did this portrait, and I turned around and turned it into a scratchboard on the same paper, using the same instruments with some black paint markers to bring back lines and stuff, and really liked it. Really liked it. So I am coming back to that original point. Not everything I'm going to do CROM related is going to be in Scratchboard from here on out. I don't want anybody to misquote me there, but anything that I hopefully get from Jim Gullet, I do believe it's going to have to be Scratchboard. So, but Saturday I was getting a lot of comments from people, artists, that were saying, "Oh, I used to do that a long time ago, like high school or even elementary school or something." And I'll tell you, it's a really great exercise in you know, getting a really excellent understanding for, you know, the balance of black and white shapes. And yeah, it's challenging, but it's also fun. Let me check over here on YouTube. Oh, hey, got John Molina, Ramy Winners over here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming by, checking things out, and making comments. You got to admit, doing an entire comic book in Scratchboard would be, especially for CROM, be pretty sick. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yeah, to be honest, I worked in Scratchboard for about 2 years, and found that there was some limitation in it just for me. And so I moved back to just regular drawing. I actually think I went to color pencils again. I seem to bounce between the pencil, just graphite, inking, um, just pens and brush pens and all that, and color pencil and Scratchboard. Those seem to be my go-tos. And like I said, if I have a concept, some sort of idea, story, illustration, sometimes that medium is going to be really thought over and eventually, used. I like having different mediums at my disposal in order to get things done. One of the reasons too I use the old school, just taking graphite and just rubbing on the back and then using the red pen to transfer, is that when you use trace transfer, it does have kind of a gummy adhesive in there, which can really kind of like muck things up. This is basically erasing as I keep moving my hand, over the areas over and over and over again. So, which is fine. I need something to help me with the indication of where things are. Now, one thing a little frustrating is you're kind of stuck with these tools, particularly really kind of any knife blade tool scratching. It's a one direction kind of move, and so you don't really get the opportunity to kind of go back and forth to fill in areas, or even like make a circle kind of thing. You got to kind of keep moving. Got to keep moving things around. I'm already thinking that, these dots, I'm going to take some paint marker and kind of play with them. If the shapes are a little less than desirable in wonkiness, but yeah, I'm just putting things in my head for how to keep moving this image along. One of the things I have been thinking a lot, though, when it comes to like mixed media, as I just ran down the list of being very versatile and interested in multiple mediums, is to bring in, some of this stuff. Paint markers are going to be easier, the most easiest to work on top of this, I think, than anything else. You're not anything dark, maybe some color pencil and stuff like that, but I'm not really going to do it. But I do have some older pieces for the Gardner Francis Fox Library. I ended up, doing 120, maybe 36, I think. 174, yeah, something like 146. These are 6x6 Scratchboard. These are clayboard, as you can kind of hear. And these really take a lot of the attacks with all kinds of instruments and stuff. So these were some of the challenge I gave myself was to take one of the female characters out of Gardner Francis Fox's books and then do some kind of relative image. It wasn't so much a portrait of, it was just sort of inspirational and moving from there. Find some references and go from there. But it was really more about getting to know the medium and stuff. So these were the ones that just never seemed to feel like they were done. Like there was something else, color or something. But since I was keeping everything black and white, everything was going to stay black and white. Well, I have a show. It's called the Big Little Show here locally, Tallyville Frame Shop. I got to get a couple of these done, but I'm going to rework these. And isopropyl alcohol is going to be part of it, like just kind of doing washes with some colors. And I think I'm going to have to get some inks, some color inks, and play with that. Then paint marker, black ink, scratching, color pencil, gouache. I really want to see how much I can attack these boards, and get something sort of versatile out of them. So 2 birds with 1 stone, a little bit of trying to figure out some stuff and challenging myself media-wise with these boards, and from there. But just so you know, again, like this is expensive stuff. Each of these boards, I think I was getting a 3-pack for $14, $15, I think. And once again, if you're on Amazon Prime, you have an Amazon Prime account, you get the free shipping. So that was the thing that kind of saved me with a lot of this. But I was going through like 3 packs a week to get to 146, I believe, is what I ended up. Yeah, it was 146. So I'll keep you posted. There'll be stuff on my Instagram when it gets down to it, and yeah, like I said, getting all this fun stuff thought out, worked out. This is kind of one of the neat things I was anticipating was this sculpting the white around the black Kirby crackle dots, and then like I said, some different media ink. You know, I might even bring white. I've done that. Bring white paint markers in as well, just to create some texture. Or just like building blacks, you know, when you take something like a ballpoint pen and just, you know, scratch on white to build black areas. You're just doing the same in reverse with white. And I just find it to be so satisfying. I really dig it. So, and obviously keeping balance is the secret. No, those silly kids. And cross-hatching is basic secret, I think, really, to any kind of like form building, even if it's just white light, like what I'm doing right now. So not yesterday, on Saturday when I started this, I kind of was thinking 3 sittings, not going to happen in 3 sittings. So just because of the direction I'm taking the Kirby crackles. So yeah, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on how fast or slow or the time frame of getting these done. Because like James Anthony's, the last two, that was 7 parts. So, and that same thing, I thought like, oh, I get that done in like 4. But there's another thing I've been changing about my work process and habit building is there's no rush. There just isn't. I'm not on any serious schedule. So, you know, I want to take my time. I really want to enjoy. Most importantly, I want to take chances, kind of explore and find out some things in working with materials and getting effects and all that and everything. And, you know, a lot of times that doesn't go the way you thought it was going to go. And so you're going to have to re-maneuver yourself and then go in that direction. So, you know, that's just life. That's art. So I'm enjoying myself instead of working myself into, you know, some sort of anxious, gotta get it done. Gotta get it done. And, you know, and I got other things I'm working on. I only pick out things like this that I think are interesting to people to see, you know, in a live venue. So, I mean, I worked this morning for a couple hours on some layouts for some new CROM material for the CROM Anthology. So, you know, it's not all being documented live on YouTube and Instagram. Though both those platforms would appreciate that if I did. All right. Well, about what? Yeah, I'm only 45 minutes over on this. Whew. Did get a lot done though. You can see. Like I said, I'll print out a fresh one of this. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. Let me grab that here. And remember, put anthologies, guest artists, Jim Gullet, and there you go. There we go. Take a minute here to 11 by 17 printout. Boom. Too bad, but see it. All right. Looks like the printer's being a little slow and cranky. Probably because I'm straining so much. There it goes. Yeah, it's going to be one of those long print times. So we will definitely have it for our viewing pleasure next time. Let's see what this comes down to. But with that being said, let me just do a little bit of shouting out here. The original pencil was by Jim Gullet on Instagram, Hillbilly in Exile _ check him out. Great stuff he's got going on there. I'm Kurt Brugel. One of the projects I'm working on is CROM the Barbarian. This is my CROM the Collected, which is 140 pages of sword and sorcery, black and white magazine size goodness. It's in 3 parts. There's a prose story that I also illustrated in here. And it's all holding and keeping the voice of Gardner Francis Fox. And of course, had a bunch of really amazing artists collaborate with me, definitely doing covers for that. I am also the one half of Turbo Pit Fighter on Instagram, YouTube. Type in Turbo Pit Fighter comic. We're working on the next 6 pages for a teaser. Jake and I are looking to get into maybe doing an anthology. There's a whole bunch of really fun, great things. We've been going live every Sunday morning at 10. The playbacks are obviously on the channel. You can check them out. And we have a Substack. That's the other really cool thing. We got this Substack. It's got a lot of great like doodles by Jake and writings expanding on the world. If you don't know already, I have been working with Drawn Sword over in New Zealand. We did a pre-order campaign. The success based on that pre-order campaign got 25 copies of Scoundrel's Dread, which is a dark concept art book, A4 size, which here's a regular comic. Oh, gee, that's there. Here's a regular comic. You know, look, you got larger that is. Isn't that awesome? But these are A4 drawings, so this is a 1-to-1. 32 pages. There's printed in New Zealand, and each comes signed and numbered by Drawn Sword. So there's still copies. We've got 25 of them in there. 15 of them have already gone out the door. So we have a few left. So you can get these. Everything is on cromthebarbarian.com. So kind of keep it easy for everybody to convey. Now let me hold 1 second because the drawing has been. And let's finish off with this amazing drawing by Jim Gullet. This inspired me to go with Scratchboard for this pinup. And I can't thank you enough for coming by and joining me if you were with me on the live streaming. But if you're on the playback, just go ahead and make comments, ask questions if you have them. But other than that, let you guys get back to your day. Reading comics, making them if you choose. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow. I'm looking to do another session tomorrow, Tuesday. So we'll see you.